Hello, hello, hello. Um, if you don't know who I am, my name is Shook. I make videos for NBA. I make videos for NFL. All these videos get posted on this subreddit called DF Sports, with one S, DF Sports. My username is Shook over here. You can find my post here. I update with all the news that comes out. Going to be extremely important tomorrow for this video. People talk strategy here. I answer all of your questions. Really, really great place to be. And if you ever need to get a hold of me, you can get a hold of me on Reddit. Or you can get a hold of me on Twitter at ToryLangley1992. 5 followers to get to 500. That would be cool. But yeah. So this video is going to be a little different because we still have a lot of stuff up in the air. We have teams with things to play for. We have teams without things to play for. We have guys resting. We have teams with nothing to play for still playing their guys. So it's going to be a little different. I'll still go over some cash game stuff. I'll go over the stacks that I like. We're going to want to focus teams that are going to be playing the guys. Or you can go to like cheap punts. Like the Saints, you're going to have some cheap punts there. The Falcons, you're going to have some guys there like Drake London, stuff like that. But mainly we're going to want to focus on teams that have something to play for. So I wrote it all down. This is what I have found so far. If you want to take a screenshot of this, you can definitely take a screenshot of it. Be my guest. This is what I have found so far. So the Bills, they need to win to maintain the 2 seed. I expect them to go all out here. The Bengals can get the 2 seed with a win or a Bills loss. I expect them to play their guys. The Patriots, with the 7 seed, get a 7 seed with a win. They need to win that game. Must win. Steelers, they need to win and have the Patriots and Dolphins lose, so they're going to need to play their guys here. Dolphins, they're in a must-win versus the Jets, and the Patriots have to lose. They should play their guys. Ravens can still get a home game by beating the Bengals or can get the 5 seed. They have to win here. Packers can get the 7th seed with a win over the Lions. They have to play all their guys. Lions, if the Seahawks win, they are removed from the playoffs. If Seahawks lose and the Lions wins, they get a playoff berth. But I think that game, though that game is ahead of time. The Seahawks. So Lions, I believe, play before the Seahawks. Oh no, they don't. Okay, that's a night game. I didn't even realize that. So that's not going to matter for this main slate, but if you're playing Showdown, that could be important. Eagles must win for the 1 seed. They're going to play their guys. The 49ers can still get the 1 seed or a first round bye with a win over the Cardinals and an Eagles loss. It's really going to depend how the Eagles game is going. They both play at the same time, so I'm sure they're going to be watching these scores. So, like, if it's a close game, I expect the 40, and if it's a close Eagles game versus the Giants, I expect the 49ers players to like play. If the Eagles are going to be up a ton, I expect the 49ers will pull their guys. So just be a little bit careful there. Vikings, they can fall past the 3 seed, but can get the 2 seed with the win over the Bears. I don't think the 2 or 3 seed is that much of a difference. I think they are mildly motivated, which means I think they'll play their guys, but I think there is a small chance they could rest them. Bucks, they already have the 4 seed. They have nothing to play for. I think I saw a tweet where the Bucks are going to play their guys, but just a situation that I definitely want to stay away from. The Cowboys can get the 1 or 2 seed with the win and losses for the 49ers and Eagles. These games are all at the same time, so they're probably going to be like game log watching. If those games stay close, the Eagles and 49ers game, they're going to be motivated to play. The Giants are locked into the 6 seed. They have nothing to play for. The Seahawks have to win on Sunday, and Packers lose to get into the playoffs. They have to play their guys. Chargers, if the Ravens lose, they have nothing to play for. If the Ravens win, they will go all out and go for that 5 seed. Because if they get that 5 seed, they will either play the Jags or the Titans. And if that's a much better matchup than going up against the Bills, the Bengals, which would be a possibility for them. And then I wrote down some quarterbacks resting. The Bears quarterbacks going to rest. Obviously, Justin Fields isn't going to be playing. Giants are resting all their guys. Dalton is going to be playing. Ritter is going to be playing. Hal is going to be playing. I'm sure there's probably a lot more, but yeah, this video is going to be a little bit different than usual. There's still probably a lot of info I have missed, so please bear with me. I'm trying to do my best. I've been researching, I feel like, for 5 hours now. So this will be a pretty short one, guys. I'm not gonna have like favorite stacks. I'll go over some stacks. Obviously, we want to focus on teams that have stuff to play for. And we'll go over cash games. As you guys know, I'm normally a cash game grinder, so that's what we're going to focus on here. So, for cash games, I think there are two quarterbacks that I'm mainly targeting. The first one is going to be Josh Allen up at the top, going against this New England defense. The Bills do have something to play for. They have to win to maintain the 2 seed. I don't expect them to rest anyone. They have to go all out here. He has the highest ceiling on the slate, super high floor too. So love Josh Allen, and then Jalen Hurts going up against these New York Giants backups. The Giants have nothing to play for, so they're going to be resting everyone. Jalen Hurts and this Eagles offense should absolutely torch this team. I am not worried about anyone resting. I think Jalen Hurts is the highest floor on the slate. So he looks amazing for cash games. Those are really the only two quarterbacks that I'm considering for cash with all of the value that we have on this slate. Let's go over to running back. So it's tough, man. It's tough. Obviously, like I said, the 49ers, where are they? They can still get the 1 seed or a first round bye, but to win over the Cardinals and an Eagles loss. It depends how the Eagles game is going. The Eagles game is at 1. What time is the Eagles game? Okay, they both play at the same time. So CMC's risky. If you think the Eagles game stays close, then by all means, CMC looks great. If you think the Eagles blow out the water of the New York Giants, then I think there's a very good chance that CMC just doesn't play much. Also, you have Elijah Mitchell back, which I think hurts his workload regardless. So I like CMC a lot, but there definitely is a lot of risk to it. I'm not going to get to Eckler and Cash. The Giants guys aren't playing, not playing Nick Chubb and Cash. The Minnesota guys don't have much motivation. I think Joe Mixon is solid at 7.1K. I think we're going to be mainly paying down in this range, though. I think Kenneth Walker makes for one of the best cash game plays on the slate. Eliminated from the playoffs: Browns, Colts, Broncos, Texans, Jets, Raiders, Saints, Commanders, Panthers, Bears, Falcons, Cards. And like I said, they have to win here. So Kenneth Walker, I think, makes for one of the best point per dollar running back cash plays on the slate. He's probably going to be a cash game staple for me as it stands, but that could change for tomorrow. I absolutely love Kenneth Walker this week. Going down further, I think Cam Akers is definitely into consideration for cash games. I think that's completely fine. I think Najee Harris is a solid option going up against this putrid Cleveland run defense. The Steelers have to win. So they're going to be playing their guys. I expect, he'll be involved in the pass game. I expect 25-ish touches for him. They're at home. They're favored. We got a 5-box running back situation here with Najee Harris. Like him quite a bit for cash. Going down further, I think Tyler Algier is going to be one of the most popular plays on the slate at 5.6K. Just insane volume. He'll be involved in the passing game a little bit too. Got 20 carries on the ground last week. This Tampa Bay team isn't going to be the same because I think they're going to be resting their guys. So Tyler Algier, very good play. I think in a good spot too. Going down further, we have Zach Moss going up against Houston. Interesting to say Zach Moss's name, but I think the volume will be there. I think the Colts actually want to win. I think they can get the #1 pick if they. I'm not sure actually how that works, but I expect similar volume here. I think he's in play. It's super fringe for cash. I probably wouldn't go there, but I thought I'd mention it. And then we get to the value. So you have, where's Jonathan Williams? You have Jonathan Williams. We have Brian Robinson out. He's just too cheap. Brian Robinson was not involved in the passing game either. Jonathan Williams is involved in the passing game, so his floor and ceiling just goes up. I expect him to get a ton of volume in this game. I think he looks very, very good at 4.3K. We do also have James Conner out, so you could have another value play in Corey Clement at 4.9K. Oh, excuse me. But you also have Ingram competing for running back touches, so a little bit fringier there, but I think he's into consideration. But I definitely do prefer Jonathan Williams over Corey Clement. I want to say I'm missing people. I feel like I'm missing people. Why do I feel like I'm missing people? No, I think we got it all. I think we're mainly going to be wanting to, like, CMC's fine. Mixon, solid. Kenneth Walker, amazing. Cam Akers, fine. Najee looks very good. Yeah, I think we got it all. Let's move over to wide receiver. So I think a lot of people are going to pay for Justin Jefferson. Like I said, with the Vikings, I do expect their starters to play. Um, but I don't think the 2 or 3 seed makes too much difference. The expectation is their starters will play here, and there's a lot of contract incentives with the Vikings. I do believe if Justin Jefferson gets over like 200 yards, he breaks the record or something. They also have insane contract incentives if you're into that stuff on the Vikings. So I do expect him to play. No problem going with Justin Jefferson. My preferred spend up on the slate is going to be Jamar Chase at 8.4K. I just think the role here is very, very good going up against this Baltimore team who has been, I believe, a pretty easy pass funnel with their secondary. So Jamar Chase right now, with the Bengals having something, a lot to play for, looks really good. I think he might be my preferred pay up for cash, but can't go wrong with either. Um, Going down further, you have Stephon Diggs going up against New England. Bills have something to play for. I don't mind it. I do prefer Chase, though. Going down further, Chargers, it really depends on that game. Sorry, I have to keep pulling this up, guys. I just keep forgetting. It really depends on if the Ravens lose. If the Ravens lose, then obviously the Chargers aren't going to be playing their guys. But if the Ravens win, then you consider a guy like Keenan Allen. I think Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton are pretty good plays. I think Chris Olave is perfectly fine. I think Garrett Wilson, once again this week, makes for a very good cash game play. I believe you have Joe Flacco starting at quarterback, which I don't think hurts him too much. Yeah, Joe Flacco at quarterback, much better than Zach Wilson, and I believe it's like pretty much the same with him and Mike White. So I don't really think that hurts Garrett Wilson too much. Like him for cash games. Where is he? Yeah, like Garrett Wilson. Going down further, Drake London going to be a popular play this week. Just the volume is absolutely insane. I don't care who's starting at quarterback. He is just the alpha on this team. He's going to continue to get peppered with targets. He's too cheap at 4.9K. Like I mentioned, Sutton's too cheap at 4.8K. The Broncos, I do believe, are going to be playing their guys. So if we hear otherwise, just don't play him. So this is assuming they're going to be playing their guys, which I expect Denver to do so. So Sutton looks good. And if I missed some of these news, please let me know. Because and then the punt wide receiver of the slate, Rashid Shaheed. He makes for the best punt wide receiver on the slate. It's not close. I think if you're playing cash games right now, you play Rashid Shaheed. Going down further, I think Greg Dortch perfectly fine. I don't think we have to go down to these punt wide receivers. Like I think Tutu Atwell, if you want to go there, I'm completely okay with it. But I don't think we have to go down any further with the running back value that we have on this slate. So for tight end, for me, I think Fryermuth makes for the best play at 3.8K. He's expectation of targets like 5 plus. Steelers are playing for something. Very, very safe floor for a cheap price tag. So Fryermuth, definitely my favorite tight end play. probably going to lock him in my lineup. He'll probably be a cash game staple for me. You can consider like Hunter Henry as a punt, but I probably wouldn't do it when you have Fryermuth for $500 more. I don't really think I'd consider anyone else outside of Fryermuth, to be honest. I think Fryermuth is just the cash game tight end this week. I guess you can go to Mark Andrews. Baltimore definitely is something to play for. I believe. Did I forget to include Baltimore? Nope. So I think you can consider Mark Andrews. 5.4K does seem a little too cheap there. So I think that's it for cash games, guys. For tournaments, I don't really have any favorite stacks that I'm liking right now. What I will say, target team's playing for something. So, like the Philadelphia Eagles, where are they? Why do we have so many late games? Holy shit! But the Philadelphia Eagles, like they're going to be playing their guys. Unless this game is a massive blowout, they're going to be playing into the fourth quarter. So Jalen Hurts, I think, looks phenomenal. AJ Brown is going completely unowned. Absolutely love him for tournaments. Devontae Smith, even with Dallas Goedert back, got 13 and 12 targets. He's going to continue to get that usage. I'm fine with that. I think Dallas Goedert is a pretty good tournament play going unowned because you have Pat Fryermuth for cheaper like that. And then I don't know who I'd bring it back with. Honestly, I really don't. We're going to have to wait for inactives. You don't have to bring it back with anyone, but we'll have to wait for inactives and who's going to play. It's for the Giants because their starters aren't going to be playing. It's pretty much going to be like a preseason slate. Another stack that I like. Where is Joe Burrow doubles? Where is my boy Joe Burrow doubles? So, as I mentioned before, like the spot here against Baltimore. I think Joe Burrow. I think Jamar Chase is just too cheap this week. I don't understand. I think he should be up in that like 9K range with Justin Jefferson with the amount of value that we have on this slate. So Joe Burrow doubles, love. Tyler Boyd, I think is completely fine. Hayden Hurst, I think, is a fine cash game option as well. Hayden Hurst needs 2 receptions to get a contract incentive. I think it's like a $200,000 bonus if he gets 2 more receptions. So I like Joe Burrow doubles, and then if I'm bringing it back with anyone else, I'm probably going to be going to Mark Andrews. Although I will say, Isaiah Likely has been playing a lot more snaps of late with with Devin Duvernay out, so I don't even hate Likely as a punt at 2.8K. I think that could be an interesting GPP option. And then on the other side of this, I don't hate Huntley stacks. I think Huntley's just too cheap at 4.9K. I wouldn't play him in cash games, but I think it's just too cheap. Threw the ball 21 times last game. He has rushing upside. If I'm playing him, I'm probably single stacking him, probably skinny stacking with just Andrews, and then I'm bringing it back with Jamar Chase. So I think Huntley's firmly in play. Going down further, like if you want some cheap stacks, like let's go to the Saints. Where are the Saints? You have Andy Dalton at 4.8K. You have Rashid at 4.2K, who makes for an amazing value play. You have Chris Olave at 6.2K, who I think is a value. Extremely easy to fit this. I probably wouldn't bring it back with anyone. I mean, you can, but up to really you. But extremely cheap. You can play whoever you want. I think this stack's firmly in play for GPPs. I don't think you can either go to Traquan Smith. But I'd probably just do this, just because it's so cheap. Firmly in play. I don't even hate that. Probably not going to play. I just can't play Pickett. It's just absolutely disgusting. What other teams? Where is Minnesota? So, everyone's going to be off Minnesota stacks. If I was playing a 3-max, which I'm probably playing a 3-match, I'm probably going to have a Kirk Cousins stack. They're playing against backups in Chicago. Justin Jefferson has contract incentives, if you're into that. He also has the record to break, if you're into that. I believe they're going to play their guys, and I believe they're going to try and win this game. So this stack is going unowned. I think it's interesting for GPPs. Also, I will mention with Hurts, he has to get, I believe, 2 touchdowns to break the single season record. If you're into those narratives, trying to go over this slate as like in depth as possible for you guys with all the news. So Tampa Bay, I don't know if they're going to be playing their guys. Okay, he will start up against Atlanta, but we don't know how much they're going to be playing. So super risky. I believe Ritter. I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can do it, but I think it's another quarterback option that's firmly in play. Like, I'd even include Algier, and then you have Drake London, who makes for a very, very good wide receiver option at 4.9K. Just another stack that I think is viable in GPPs with how cheap it is. So I think it's very, very viable to go to these guys like Ritter, to go to Andy Dalton. I think it's perfectly fine. And then you can't include a stack video without Josh Allen. Diggs, just gonna go. McKenzie has a decent contract incentive. I think he needs like, I don't know, a couple targets for like $100,000 bonus or something. As you can tell, I've been doing research all freaking day with all these contract incentives. Who has something to play for? Who doesn't have something to play for? So it's been wild. I think that's going to be it, guys. I don't think there's anything else I want to go over for you guys. As you know, if I missed anything with this wild slate, please, please let me know. If I said something wrong, please let me know. I don't know everything. I don't. I don't. There are people out there who know more stuff than I do or have knowledge on some stuff that I don't. And then like I have knowledge on some stuff that other people don't. People miss things. So please let me know if I missed anything. I think Cowboy stacks are also very, very interesting. It's going to depend on how that Eagles game is going and how that 49ers game is going. If those two teams lose, so they'll probably be scoreboard watching, but very interesting. Kind of like that Kirk Cousins situation I was talking about, a stack that's probably going to go unowned that would be pretty popular in my opinion if there wasn't any rest implications for these guys. So definitely another stack that I'm liking. I think that's going to do it, guys. I hope this video helped. I tried to cover as much as I could. Just make sure you're on your phones tomorrow before lock. Hopefully we get a lot more clarity because there's still some stuff up in the air. Hopefully Shefty drops those bombs, and I'll talk to y'all tomorrow.